Welcome to Inside Eastern Athletics, show number 1. Jack Petrucci, joined alongside Dom Conti, and well, Dom, here it is. First show of the year for Inside Eastern Athletics.
Finally, Jack, the wait is over. It all started with a little Instagram page. We built it up, some nice highlight videos. Everybody seemed to love it. It blew up, and now here we are bringing you the first ever Inside Eastern Athletics show.
And Dom, for both of us, both of us com majors, we're both in ETV Sports, and I just think for this, what Alex Gabriel did, the executive producer, giving such a different touch to the sports media field and the sport athletic field in general here is just going to be unbelievable, I think.
Yeah, this is the first time anything like this has ever been done here at this school, and I think it's awesome, I'm so happy he did this. As you said, ETV Sports, all the crew coming together. Can't wait for it.
Well, Don, we have a lot to cover today, but we'll
That's right.
start off with our first segment. Before we get into this year, what's been happening in fall sports, what a year it was last year. A lot of highs, a lot of lows, but we'll start off with the low. Dom, your most disappointing moment from last year?
This was tough, Jack. Most disappointing moment, and it's going to be a two-parter for me, okay? It's going to be, lacrosse in general. Both lacrosse teams, I thought, had the capability to win the Little East Conference, and both of them got so close and were unable to do so. We'll start with the women first, Jack. They started out the season, they lost 5 of their first 6. 5 of the first 6 games they lost, and then what a turnaround they had. They won 9 of their last 10 games, clinched the 2 seed. Okay, they clinched the number 2 seed in the Little East Conference tournament. And then who were they matched up with in the semifinals? Keene State, obviously. They trailed by 5 goals early in the second half, and then in a 17-minute window, went on a 9-1 goal run. Won the game 17-5, ended up going up against Plymouth State. They lost to the number 1 seed. And then the men, same kind of deal. They started off hot, closed off really well, won the semifinals, and then lost 24-8 against Keene in the Little East Conference Championship.
See, I'm going to go with a different approach on this. And before I get into what team it is, I'm going to say most disappointment, but not from a talent standpoint.
Right.
More of just how everything panned out, and that's the women's soccer team. Double overtime game against Western Connecticut. But like I said, not so much the talent standpoint, how it unfolded. Emily Betcher, who finished 3rd all-time in goals for Eastern Connecticut in their history, was actually one behind the second-place person, Jen Fiore, suffers a collarbone injury, misses the second half of the year. And in the Little East Conference Championship game, Don, Michelle DeGata going down, not returning. Kaylee Pratt going down, not returning in that game. And Krista Peterson going down that game, not returning. And you lose off an Autumn Cerise going double overtime. If you look at that, and you look at Emily Betcher staying healthy, and you look at their entire defense staying healthy, what could the turnout in that game would have been? Double overtime, losing. They really, in the last couple minutes, what could have happened if they were all healthy? That's why it was disappointing for me in that standpoint.
They definitely caught the injury bug. That was super unfortunate for them, and that double OT game was such a heartbreaker to lose. But you look at the way the 2 lacrosse teams' seasons ended, Jack. They started off so hot. They had such a run. They had so much momentum going in, closing out the season hot, winning the semifinal game, coming into the championship, and then, the way they won the semifinal games, Jack. The men's team against Southern Maine, Connor Wiley, 1:25 left in the game, go-ahead goal on a Sam Watson assist to bring them into the championship game against Keene State. And those 2 teams have had such a history in the Little East Conference Championship. This whole school was so excited to see them get back in there. And unfortunately, they just were not able to do it.
But Keene State has been so dominant the past couple of years. And I know, historically, since the Little East Conference has been there,
Right.
Eastern and Keene. But if you look, Keene State's been so dominant since the last couple of years. When you look at this, disappointing-wise, they had it, women's soccer team. If they stayed healthy and you factor in, like I said, Emily Betcher in there, they had it. For lacrosse, you had Keene, who's been dominating for the past 3 or 4 years.
Okay, but that's what you want. That as a competitor, you want to go up against the best team in your conference to win it all. And that's what happened. They won that semifinal game and then said, oh my God, we're going to play Keene in the Little East Conference Championship. That's all you need. That's just all the excitement and energy. This whole school, like I said, was so excited for this game. So excited, and they just could not pull it out.
Either way, both very, very disappointing seasons.
Yeah.
Now we're going to go over, Dom, the most impressive now, put a positive spin. So many highs.
Yes.
So many great moments from last season. What gets your top?
Well, this one I think was harder than the worst moment because, as you said, such a good season all around for all the sports. Jack, this one flew under the radar, I feel like. And why, I don't know. Because this team made history last season. The girls cross-country team, okay, made it to the Little East Conference championship race. For the first time in 17 years, the Keene State Owls did not win. The last time a cross-country team that won the conference race that wasn't Keene was back in 1999, Southern Maine. And the Warriors had 5 runners in the top 10, or excuse me, the top 15. In a field of 72, that was just an unbelievable accomplishment in my eyes.
I'm not taking anything away from that. That was historic. And for something that, you're right, I think flew under the radar, that was absolutely historic. But Don, we had the call on this all year. The men's basketball team hosting the NCAA tournament. First of all, going 23-3 in the regular season, which broke not only the most wins, regular season wins in the season, best winning percentage, and having it here, what it did for Eastern Connecticut as a whole. Having a media day where we got to talk to a player, we got to talk to a coach, seeing the atmosphere in that first game against Johnson and Wales. Jim Calhoun ended up being in this gymnasium. That, to me, was an unforgettable moment for the university and us, part of the broadcast crew, even more. I mean, what a weekend that really was for us here.
I mean, yeah, that was incredible, but was it history? Has Keene
First time ever.
Jack, the last 17 years, did you not hear me when I said that? 17 years in a row, Keene State won the Little East Conference Championship race.
You won't understand. This is an
Just
NCAA
because it
tournament.
wasn't a full gym, okay, doesn't take anything away from it. This was the best moment by far.
This is the NCAA tournament. The first time, it's history, okay? We'll talk about history.
Yeah,
this is the
about
first
history.
time it's ever been here. Ever. This place was packed.
Like
both weekends, both days in the week.
Look, you know I love my basketball.
Okay,
But
yes.
just because
I hope so.
a cross-country race is not in a packed gymnasium does not take away from it. Cassandra Banks, 2nd place. By the way, former ETV Sports member. Shout out to Cassandra. Haley Knox, 9th. Sam McCoskey, 12th. Rachel Ozak, 13th. Amanda Terenzi, 14th. In a field of 72 to dethrone Keene State. Jack, how many times do I got to say it? 17 years.
No, I'm not taking away anything. And I think the thing too, that flew under the radar. And I have to say that was an absolute historic event that they did, and winning that was awesome. But Dom, the NCAA tournament, the first time it was ever hosted here. Did you have fun? I had fun. Did you have fun?
I had a blast.
Everyone had fun.
But just because we didn't have the opportunity to call the cross-country race doesn't take away from it. You can't just keep saying, okay, it was a packed gym, and that automatically makes it better.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying.
Sounds like it.
No, I'm not saying
sounds
that.
like
But do you realize the NCAA tournament? We had to see Eastern go to Susquehanna last year.
Right.
In our home gym.
Right.
We got to broadcast
we
on the
did.
call. Our entire
Yes,
staff
we did. You
got
already
to
said that. Yes, we got to call it. It was in a packed gym.
Okay.
But, Jack, 17 years in a row, okay?
Okay.
That's all I got to say. 17 years in a row.
That's segment number 1. When we come back, we are going to do what we expect for fall sports this year, coming up next on Inside Eastern Athletics.